Hey everyone, this is Mark with Combi Squad on Instagram. I made a post this morning asking if anyone was interested in a video on how to decorate your bus or your car for Christmas, and I got a big response. So this is that video. Thanks for checking it out. I'm sitting inside our 1965 VW bus that we call Jarvis. He's a restored sundial camper, velvet green in color, so he makes a great Christmas bus. We decorated him last year for the Phoenix Light Parade. This year, unfortunately, because of COVID, the Light Parade was canceled, but we're still going to decorate him, maybe drive him around a little bit around town, put him at some shopping malls and that sort of thing, and in our driveways so the neighbors and the kids from the neighborhood can check him out. So how do I decorate a bus or a car? It's pretty simple, really. The first thing is make sure your vehicle is clean and dust free, so the tape that we use to attach the lights to the outside will stick better. The second thing is a little bit of a warning. If you do the full light decoration thing on your vehicle, don't go out and drive them around on the freeway or on busy roads. We tried this last year. It's very dangerous. People are swerving, braking, doing all kinds of crazy stuff to try and get next to you to take video and take pictures. We actually pulled off the freeway and turned off all the lights after a few miles because it was obvious how dangerous it was. So just be careful and use good judgment when you're going to be driving around with the lights on. So how do we decorate and what do we use? That's the key thing. I think I did a lot of investigation last year, and these are some of the things that excuse me, that I learned. So first of all are the LED lights. I use low wattage, low power demand LED lights. I found these strips on Amazon last year. They're pretty reasonably priced. I'll cover the power supply in a few minutes, but LED definitely makes a difference as far as how much power demand you're going to have for the lights that you put on the vehicle. Okay, so that I have some garland I got on Amazon. We'll put this on the bumper. It's got some light, another light strip that I wrapped into it and zip tied them together. And so that's another thing. We've got zip ties. Used quite a few zip ties. Last year I had the full length roof rack on, and we used zip ties on the roof rack a lot more. This year I don't have the roof rack on because he won't fit in my new garage with the roof rack on. I'm building a bigger garage, so that'll solve that problem. But for this year, we're not doing the roof rack. But you'll still use zip ties on the bumpers, like for the garland and that sort of thing. Let's talk about tape. This is how you affix the lights to the exterior of your car or bus. Last year, I ordered some low residue tape off of Amazon. This did not stick very well for very long. It worked fine for about 3 to 4 days, and then it started peeling up and the lights were all coming loose. So I switched to painter's tape. This is the Frog tape multi-surface. It's also green, but a completely brighter, different green than the exterior paint on the bus. But matching the paint and the tape are not really important because at night no one can see the tape. They just see the lights. So just find a good quality multi-surface or rough surface tape that's going to be a little bit stickier. It did leave a little bit of residue in some spots on the bus last year, but it was pretty easy to clean off, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I have a wreath that is pretty lightweight that I attached to the VW logo on the front of the bus. You could also do this on the grill of your car. I just use zip ties to attach that, so it's pretty straightforward. I use on the interior some of these little battery pack lights. They come in all different shapes. These are saguaro cactus, but you can get Christmas trees or ornaments or whatever you want. Found those on Amazon. It takes 3 AA batteries, has a little on-off switch right here, so it's easy to turn them on and off. And then I attach them using these little magnetic hooks that are easy to attach to the inside if you want to put lights around some of the windows on the inside. So those just clip on, and then you can hook the lights back in just like that. Now here's the big thing. How do you get your power for all the lights? You can certainly go through the process of connecting to the car battery or the vehicle battery. I didn't want to do that. It's just too much of a hassle. So I bought this Rockpals 250 watt power station, and these are rechargeable. It has a couple of outlets on the end. It's got USB ports. It's got a 12-volt adapter for charging also. But these things are fantastic, and they're a little expensive, about 189 bucks on Amazon. But you can use them for a lot of different things. If you like to go camping, these are great to have. You can recharge your phone or your electronics while you're camping where you may not have another power supply. It's just got a little on-off switch at this end. And I attached or plugged in a power strip to it, so all my lights are plugged in there. I tested this last year with 6 strands of lights. I left them on for over 7 hours, and it still had 25% capacity according to the indicator. So this will last a long time if you're using the low wattage LED lights. So the way that I do this is I have an open window here, and what I would encourage you to do is find a window that'll open on your vehicle. Maybe it's one of the back windows or even a front passenger window, and start all of your lights at this point. And what that means is plan ahead and start from here every time you're going to run a string of lights on the exterior. So the plug-in comes in, it goes into a power strip, which goes into the power supply. All of my wires for these lights will go out through here, and then I'll start attaching them to the exterior of the bus, running them in different directions to fill the bus up with lights. So this makes everything simple. All the wires will come in through here. I can zip tie them together and go into a power strip. The power strip goes to the power supply, and it's very simple. At the end of the night, after we turn off the lights, we simply unplug this, take it into the house or into the garage, and plug it into the charger and charge it overnight. So I think that covers everything that I use. I'm looking around. Did I miss anything? I don't see anything. So I'm going to go to the outside now, and we're going to start putting lights on the exterior of the bus, and I'll show you the simple process for doing that. If you like this video, please share it with some friends or maybe tag them in the comments. Help us build Combi Squad on Instagram to 10,000 followers. We really appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, I finished doing the garland and the wreath on the front of the bus, and now we're going to start on the lights. And as I mentioned when we were inside, I'm going to have all of my plug-ins come down into this window right here, and you can see I have some lights up here. So we're going to just start taping lights on. I'm going to work my way around to the other side and do the other side first, and then I'll come back over here and do this. So again, just some green painter's tape. I'm going to start taping, especially corners, because that's where the most stress is. But I'm going to do these in the drip rail to start with. So I can just apply some tape into the drip rail then, and I will work my way around to the other side of the bus. Okay, so I've made my way around the drip rail here, and I come to the door here, and I'm going to just go straight down the pillar, and then I'm going to be able to fill up this whole panel with lights. Okay, I don't really have a plan here. I just am trying to fill in the panels, so I'm kind of zigzagging back and forth like this, back to the edge of the back door. And just, this is kind of how I did it last year, just work my way around the bus. I always try and make sure there's tape on these corners where the lights turn, and then I fill in along the way so they don't flap and snap against the side of the paint when I'm driving. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of a close-up here because I want to show you how I transition from a stable panel onto a door where it has to be able to open and close still. So what I do is I come to a point I always tape right before I go across, and I leave some slack, just a little loop extra of the line. Again, once it's dark, no one's ever going to see that. And then I just tape on the other side, like so. And now I can work my way onto the door panel and down the door panel. Now, if I've done this right, the door is going to open and close without pinching the line. Okay, that pretty much wraps up how I do everything here. I just continue to fill in the panels with lights, work my way around. It's kind of a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle. You have to figure it out as you go along. If you found this video to be helpful and you decorate your bus or your car, please send us a photo so we can share it on our story. We'd love to see how your vehicles turned out. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from Heather and I and Combi Squad. And thanks for all the fun followers and great people we've met from all over the world because of our love for these old buses. Have a great day. Well, this is how far I got today before it got dark. Still got a ways to go on the roof and the front and the other side, but really get a feel for what it's going to look like when it's all covered in lights. Have fun.